It started on an ordinary Friday night. My wife, Claire, had invited her friend Melissa over for dinner. Nothing unusual. The two of them had been close since college, and I'd grown used to their constant giggling and whispered conversations. But that night, something about their behavior unsettled me. They kept exchanging glances whenever I spoke. Their laughter felt forced, too sharp. And when Claire excused herself to the kitchen, Melissa's phone buzzed on the counter. A message lit up the screen. I didn't mean to look, but the words caught my eyes before I could turn away. It was from Claire. "Don't worry. He still doesn't know." My stomach tightened. What didn't I know? When Claire returned, I pretended everything was normal, but inside, my mind was spinning. Over the past few months, she had grown distant. Late nights at work, hushed phone calls, sudden bursts of irritation whenever I asked simple questions. I wanted to believe it was stress. But now the pieces started to connect. I decided not to confront her right away. If there was betrayal, I needed proof. Over the next week, I noticed patterns. Melissa visited more often, sometimes even when I wasn't home. Claire would act defensive if I asked what they'd been doing. Then one night, I overheard them whispering in the living room while they thought I was upstairs. Melissa laughed softly. "You're playing with fire." Claire's voice followed. "Relax. He's clueless. He trusts me too much to even question it." My chest burned. It was no longer just suspicion, it was betrayal spoken aloud. I spent that night awake, staring at the ceiling, making a decision. If Claire was going to treat me like a fool, I wouldn't scream or beg. I'd expose the truth, calmly, perfectly, in a way she couldn't escape. The next day, I installed a small camera in the corner of our living room. It wasn't legal paranoia, just self-defense. If she had nothing to hide, nothing would happen. But deep down, I knew what I would find. 3 nights later, the camera caught everything. Claire and Melissa sitting together, whispering, laughing at my expense. Claire admitting she had been lying to me for months, hiding things, planning weekends that didn't involve me. My heart shattered as I watched, but at least the truth was now undeniable. Instead of confronting her in anger, I waited. I planned. The following weekend, we hosted a small dinner for Claire's family. Her parents, her brother, even Melissa. Everyone sat around the table, laughing and eating, as though nothing was wrong. Then, as dessert was served, I cleared my throat. "Actually, before we finish tonight, I want to share something with all of you." I walked to the TV, plugged in my laptop, and hit play. The footage appeared on the screen. Claire and Melissa, their words, their laughter, their betrayal. The room fell silent. Claire froze, her fork slipping from her hand. Melissa went pale. Her mother gasped. Her father's face turned red with anger. "Claire, what is this?" Claire stammered, tears welling in her eyes. I can explain." But I held up my hand. "No explanations needed. I trusted you. I gave you everything. And this is what I got in return." Melissa bolted from the table, humiliated. Claire tried to reach for me, sobbing. "Please, don't do this here. We can talk privately." I shook my head, my voice calm but firm. The betrayal wasn't private. It happened in my home, right under my nose. Everyone deserves to know who you really are. Her brother muttered, "I can't believe this," and pushed his chair back. Her parents sat in stunned silence, ashamed. When the video ended, I turned off the screen. The room was heavy with disappointment. Claire buried her face in her hands, broken. I stood tall. "Claire, I'll be filing for divorce. I don't hate you, but I can't share my life with someone who mocks my trust." She cried harder, begging me to reconsider, but I had already made my choice. That night, I packed a bag and left. As I closed the door behind me, I felt grief, yes, but also relief. The truth had been exposed. She could no longer twist the story, no longer make me doubt myself. And though my marriage had ended, I realized something important. Sometimes, the most powerful revenge isn't anger or shouting. It's the quiet dignity of walking away with your head held high, leaving the betrayer to face the mess they created.